All right, boys, what's going on? Kubey, we got the Kubey knife, the Mizo knife, and it is the KU2101, and B is in blue. That's a blue one there. They come in blue, they come in red, they come in whatever. Blue, red. I got the OD green, and it comes in that kind of crazy G10 yellow. You might want to check that out, or tan. So the Mizo, this is a design by Tiguass, okay? He's a Japanese designer. He's going out, he's doing a bunch of stuff recently. He did a knife for CMB, okay? So this is his first shot with Kubey, I believe. 14C28 end blade. Front flipper, interesting knife, isn't it? Ooh, she drops. I mean, it's got a hell of a drop to it. It's a front flipper, really muted type front flipper here. So no, this would not go in my bastion or bag full of the easiest front flippers to front flip. This is not that. But for those of you who are not, disturbed by that, yeah, it works. It's just, if you tend to be front flipper non-enabled, then this would not be your one to try to start with. But wow, interesting also that you've got a fuller running on this blade here. Okay, so I thought, can I do this? Yeah, I can. So I could actually get in here, middle finger flick right on that fuller. Not the easiest thing to do, but it's possible, okay? And I don't like to get too close to the pivot when I do that. So I want to be down in this little area here, but it's possible. And front flipper as well. Could you roll it over here? Well, you can roll it over like this if you want. And it's very lightweight. Let's put it on the scale. But it's a small knife, not tiny, tiny small, but grams, 76. Now let's roll it around to ounces, 2.7 ounces. Really lightweight. Now, is it tiny, tiny? No. It's not like the Baby Banter. Baby Banter's really small. But let's compare it to something maybe closer, like the Civivi bow. Well, it looks bigger than the Civivi bow, doesn't it? Okay, so check it out. Let's see what she looks like with the tape on it. It's a little over 3. I think they are saying 3.15 inch blade, which is about 80 millimeters, and overall 7 1/8 inches long at, about 18.3 centimeters. Now, how thick is it? 13.3 at 0.52, so it's not super slender, is it? And 0.11, so what, 3 millimeter? Though 3 millimeter blade stock, I mean, look at the bow. That's probably 2.5 millimeter blade stock. Come on, get it? Yeah, it is. More like 2.5 millimeter at 0.43, okay? But the bow is probably not 3.1. It's probably 2.95, which it is. And yeah, just 6 5/8 overall length. So this is definitely smaller and probably lighter, but let's see. Yeah, and lighter than the Tiguass. So, actually, I like this design better. I like the options of blue, red, the different colors, and kind of that yellow day glow kind of color you get. And then you can get that in that really tan color, which means, you know, tan will color up really good. If you want to go some other color like purple or something, you can do that with the tan scales. You can dye them, but I mean, it's already coming in blue and red and this green and that kind of yellow, so really I don't see much call for having to do that. Deep carry pocket clip, flat screws on top of that. You can flip it to this side, and number 8 screws on the body. I mean, that's pretty sweet right there. But will the knife be a knife? And let's see if we've got a piece of paper around here we can ruin. Okay, yeah, it's got a pretty good edge on it. So out of the box, and of course the box is nothing to brag about, just that, okay? But it's pretty solid. Like I said, 2101, this is the D, because it's probably OD green. And I like the satin grind blade. Let me see. Yeah, we can do it. We can do that finger flick. You know what, ergos, not bad, not bad. I mean, it just happens to hit me right, okay, all the way in. Got a little cutaway here. That should be really easy to sharpen. And I like this fuller here. I'm glad they did that. First of all, for finger flick, and second of all, style points for sure. And this little deal that they did, I think that really adds a lot of styling cues as well. Of course, you've got a cutaway here where you can put your lanyard cord through, but it's cut away under those the outer part of the scale, so it can lay comfortably with a lanyard cord coming out of there. But yeah, I mean, you got clearance here, and it goes in and out of the pocket just fine. And she drops, but you know what? I really don't worry about this hitting my thumb. First of all, if you get in the right place, it's just going to be that unsharpened spot. But even then, the thing is so light, the blade's so light, I'm not really worried about getting cut by it. Yeah, we can do that. I mean, this design, I would like, of course, in 9-inch overall length, you know, me as well. But I think for a nice little pocket gent carry, and look around. I mean, I'll give you the link to Kubey.com, also to Geo Knives, also to White Mountain Knives. And I imagine you can probably buy them on Amazon as well. And I've got discount codes for White Mountain, Geo, and Kubey, okay? So you can apply a discount code there. And if you didn't get a chance to pause and read, you know, right here. Tiguass, 2.72 ounces, etc., etc., 7.2, 3.15-inch blade, etc., etc., okay? But, I mean, another good thing is it's 14C28N. It's interesting. I mean, they've done a lot in AUS 10 and D2, and I'd rather have the 14C than the D2, just myself. So I'm good there. What's my lockup like? That's 30%, I imagine. And you know what? It's easy to disengage this, and you got jimping along here, but check it out. Just really nice. Bounce it off the stop there. Which begs the question, you know, what's the the detent like? The detent's better than my shoulder's going to be. Yeah, it doesn't feel all that heavy, but the thing is, I don't want it any heavier than that because I won't be able to do this, and I'm definitely going to be hindered more to be able to do this, especially with this muted front flipper tab. I mean, I think this would be a nice knife if it had a flipper on it, a muted flipper tab on the top. I mean, I think you could make it in that in that style as well if you wanted to. I know front flipper stuff is, you know, hot and everybody's after it or something, but, you know, I'm old and there's some other old guys that watch this channel that are going, no, done with that. So, you know, just a regular tactical flipper type thing would be nice. But I'm kind of glad he stayed away from thumb studs. You know, I don't need it overly done. And I like this. Could have done a backspacer. Could have. Did not. And that's just a, you know, choice that they make. But, you know, when you hold it like this or this, that's just a nice flow to that design, isn't it? And check it out when it's closed. I mean, you know, this, of course, is going to be that way, but it rolls in. Blade to handle, you're okay. I don't know, could you have gone some more? Maybe a 32nd. I mean, I can't touch it, but I'm trying to, so nothing going on here. I'm not able to touch the blade through here. Fit and finish on these Kubey knives is pretty good. I mean, they're right there with most other budget brands as far as I'm concerned. So fit and finish, pretty good. I like them. I like them fit and finish wise as much as I like most other budget knives. Because there's no sharp corners or anything. They seem like they take pretty good care, and they've gone to, you know, D-shaped pivots. They've gone to 8mm body screws. They've gone to flat screws here for the deep carry, right and left hand on their budget models, which is nice. And then, of course, this is that new Vagrant, you know, that my buddy Max did. So you got the Vagrant, and this has been updated as well. And this is not a flipper, you know, this is just give it a flick type. So that's cool. And check the two out, because the Vagrant's not a real big knife either, is it? You know, another one, of course, I like the color blue. Now this is probably something, if you're pretty shy about front flippers, this might be easier to achieve because you have a bigger flipper tab here. But this is another model that has come out recently as well, and this is the KU331. I think they just call this front flipper, something like that. But now that's a bigger knife. Check that out. So we'll be talking about some of these here because they've come out with a pretty good grouping of new models recently. But this one here, I think, is the most enchanting of them all, other than the remake on the Vagrant, which I do like as well. Now, where's my balance point? There's my balance point on it. Yeah, reverse grip's good. And like I said, yeah, it just happens to hit my fingers right as far as goes. So this is nice. Very lightweight in the hand. And by the way, you know, I'll give you the link to Tiguass, to his Instagram. You can take a look at the other knives he's designed and what he's doing there, as well as, you know, all the Kubey information. And let's see if we can. I haven't done anything with this so far, so let's see. Oh, we might be a number 9 here. Let's see if we are. Or a number 10, possibly. What is this? This fits. That's a number 10. Wow. So number 8 body screws. But folks, hello. That is definitely a number 10 on the pivot. Wow. It was good thing I got the gist of that before I rolled that number 8 around enough. Okay, good. Whoop, I don't think that's the first time. I think I have run into that on just one previous Kubey, so that must be a new direction they're going here. Body screws number 8. Pocket's probably still number 6, or it looks like it would be. So let's see how that adds up. And this first screw here, probably goes back into that standoff, if you see what I'm saying. So got to take that. And have I gone around and around enough? Yep, okay. Yeah, it does. It's longer. Okay. So, and this is the body screw that should come out, but hell, it's just going to take the whole damn scale with it. Okay. Convince you to let go. There's the lock side. And here is the lock side. We got any internal screws? Nope. Open it up. This should come off, and it does. So, I mean, no real skeletonized situation going on here, but it's cut up enough. I don't think you'd want to. Anyhow, ceramic detemp ball on this. Okay. Steel liner and ceramic bearings. Okay. And relatively clean inside. And skeletonized on the presentation liner. There's your standoffs. And here's your pivot, which, yeah, it's got a groove. They got the groove going, the Humpty Hump and the Humpty Humper. And they go together. And you can tell when you get it in place, and it sits right down there. So that's what keeps that from spinning. You know, when you try and unscrew it from the backside. So let's just throw it back together. Just like that. And other set of bearings with a single drop liner. And of course you can see we got an internal blade stop that's running on this track here. So just should just sit right down on this, and it actually is. And then the opposite scale with the pivot screw that is ginormous. That's a big old dog, isn't it? Number 10, huh? Okay. Do it that much, and then we'll put this body screw in, and then the pocket clip, and we should be done. And we've got our number 8 still on this driver. And we'll just do that. Pocket clip, set her down in the holes. Just like that. And then take our number 6 driver. Set that down. Not all the way yet, but let's get our teeth into this other screw. And it sits up on top of that scale because it's reversible, so they didn't want to machine an area on both sides. Now, let's see if we want to adjust our pivot more than just finger tight, obviously. And yeah, we do want to. Okay, now let's not get too insane. Are we centered? Yeah, we're centered. Okay. So Kubey Tiguass design, the Mizo 2101, the KU2101 Mizo. And you know what? Yeah, that's cool. I like this knife. That's a pretty nice little piece right there. I just something about the design hits me, and you know, the drop is nice. Super lightweight, but not as small as like the Civivi bow or anything. So it's still there. You can get 4 fingers on it, but it'd be a nice discreet carry. So yeah, I like what they did there. That's great. I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much, Tiguass. This is you did great on this knife for sure. And check out his Instagram. He's doing a lot of other things. Saw a fixed blade the other day he did on his site. So I'm going to let you go. Yes, we do. We love them knives. So you guys stay sharp.